So maybe these aren't even part of the solution. I just didn't know what else to go on because that's like the only element here, but it's near here, so I guess that's fine. You can see why I'd be nervous trying to explore and find all these secrets, because where the fuck am I even looking? So it's definitely that shape. So 2, well, zigzag to the top. So 3, 3, 2. 3, 3, 3. Yeah. 3, 3, 3, 3. Oh yeah. That's clean when you put it that way. Staircase. 3, 2, 3. 3, 2, 3. A little square bucket. Okay. I get it though. Makes sense. I don't get it and then I don't know what the answer is, but there's a lot of suspicious empty space. I think it's part of the answer. This is shaped like something. There's not... it's too small. It doesn't have helpful squares. Oh, I'm back here. Hey, do you have an L shape for me? Trying to find the L shape, please. Trying to find hello. That. No. 4. Do. Does that connect all the way back to here? Probably. Is loop, so do. So down. 1, 2, 3, 4 across. 1, 2, 3, 4 up. Getting messy. And that connects in a big ol' loop. That's satisfying. That probably means it's all correcto and shit. Where's my L? Can I have an L, please? These platforms are a 3x3 grid, just like that door up there, so it's not an L. I need an L. Somebody give me an L, which would be my W. I would like a W that's an L. That's an L that's a W, that's a W that's an L. Please. And it's somewhere involving that zone. Something L-shaped. I'm happy to be finding something that's probably the answer for something, but what about everything else? Three by 2. Oh my god, okay. 3 by 2, then the 9, then 3 by 3. So this is the top of the L? Then that's the bottom of, that's the middle of the L, the 3 by 3 here, and then this must be the 3 by 3 over here? Right? Okay, what is yes, though? So these all have at least one pip. So do the ones that have 2 pips? Like that? I don't know what the logic of this part's gonna be. I also can't really get around. Where do I even get on these platforms at this point? Whoa. Oh, it's because I was running across them? Okay. Look at how the color just goes crazy. I just randomly had the thought that they seem to all be the nerds' colors. I don't know if that's accurate at all, but that's what came to mind. these are the ones that have the weird circles that look different. Okay. Came down to which ones were neighbors. The top right and bottom left are the exceptions, I guess. I don't know, this is an interpretation you could have, I suppose. These are peculiar. So this area over here, one of them is marked to have 2 yellow and 2 purple. Like the flowers. Which I noticed a while ago, just didn't know what to think about, but that is a row of 3. Which would be the bottom 3. And the rest is up here, and I can't even look at it. I need to like resolve this area to get across. Which I really would prefer never to do, but we're not gonna get anywhere without doing something here. Yeah. I just had to, I think I was gonna strand myself if I went that way. Not completely strand yourself, but be stuck just going backwards. I'm trying to get one all the way across the area. Okay. So yeah, this is... I don't know. This is 2 rows of 3. Maybe the ones that have a flower in the middle? So, bup, bup, bup. There's a flower in the middle, flower in the middle, flower in the middle. Because they're covered in flowers, all of them are. But the middle is empty on those 3. And I think there's a flower in the middle of this one. Very specifically in the middle of its grid. As if to say how to read those ones. Okay, let's take a picture. Or this place really frustrates me. Do paint. Got a photo of that place in particular because I do not want to come back here. It sucks. Everywhere else I can at least run to, but that place is just miserable because that takes that long to get around. You know what? Give me this. Get me out of here. Okay, there's a teleporter. Let's go back to checking the other one that I was trying to check. No, that's not my goal. That's my goal. Okay, so let's get this out of the way, even though I'm definitely wrong, because I used the most nonsensical inputs to even try to parse this. Yep. Yeah, no, I didn't think so. But this should make sense. That's pretty satisfyingly conclusive looking. One, two, three, four. One, two, three, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. We did something at least. And I don't know, I looked at the flowers and don't get them. I've looked at this one and this one and this one and this one now, and I don't know if I even know what I'm looking for. I especially don't see anything with these ones, the numbers. There's a few things that I could think this one is, but all of them have been wrong, and then this one I'm just confused by. I think it's the just overall level shape, but it's confusing. It's worth considering, though, that I... Okay, so no, I was about to say that I've never had to solve the level so far. Like, this is just an observation. This is just an observation. But... And this one is an observation, but I had to solve the environment, and this, yeah. So these two that I've done, you had to look at the path and or building shape, and then you had to solve it via the logic of that environment. So... I was about to say, oh, you just make it look like the environment and that's it, that's the whole thing, there's no solving. But, no. In this one, it makes sense that I might have to use the logic of the diamonds, and that's why, and I'm struggling to figure out how to do that. But maybe I can try just observing it? And then this one's weird. I guess you could have to fill it in like it's a level completely covered in flowers. It's just the struggle is that the top 3x2 clearly tells you these are just these spaces just have these flowers. They have little 2x2 grids that have X number of oranges and purples, and that means you can solve those like they're flowers. Everything else gets way messier. This part could be based on what flowers are in the middle of each one in the solved configuration. And then this one is chaos. It tells me this bottom one, basically. But then after that, it's a lot harder to figure out what the answer is. It's also a little terrifying to try to solve a puzzle that's like 100% flowers. Figure out how to piece that together. Do 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 do. Boo 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 boo. Boo. I wish I'd taken a picture of this before I moved stuff on it, because that was the correct configuration of flowers. I could get it. I could go get a photo from an old video, but I don't know if I can make sense of this part. I guess I should operate on the assumption that just if there's a flower in the middle of the pattern, that's what it is, because that's what the lattice below this operates on. It will take a bit to put together a visual based on this logic, but I guess I'll try. Okay, Scribble setup. Yep. So I wrote them down as numbers because I'm not going to sit here and draw that many flowers or figure out how to extract them from the surrounding area. So first instinct is to try to do this because that's what the bridges were doing at the time. Kind of. Not quite, was it? The last bridge was actually like over here. And then these were together. But that's not how this works. But these two together would be, yeah. I guess, yeah, group this up. Just separate this, at the very least. Yeah, it needs to have a neighbor. Because these can be divided into 3 sets of 2, where they're each their one neighbor. Because they have to be the same color. We have to remember this is still flower rules. So this one has to have 2 neighbors, and that one has to have 2 neighbors. So we could just go straight down, but that would give that one 2 neighbors. But if we split this up this way, that is 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2. That's a good start. This one needs 2 neighbors, which it already has. If I just go bloop. No, but I can't do that because this has to have 1 neighbor. So this is going to be a little dead end like these ones were. Which means that I need to surround them. Which means we probably go like this. So you have 2 neighbors. You have 2 neighbors. You have 1 neighbor. They have 1 neighbor. There we go. We've been training with these my whole life. And I'm ready to fuck up a map. Damn it! Yarb. I was all ready to type it in, and then I realized my character wasn't standing there. So I wasn't quite primed for an amazing flourish. Why can I never... Oh yeah, it's inside this building over here. They're doing my brain in by making these teleporters sneaky-ish. Gotta track them all down, they're hiding from me. Why are they all hiding from me? Okay, so... bleh. So I did a little thing like that, and then I wrapped around like this, and then combined these and that. It's not a good sign. Okay. There we go. I almost did it from memory. That was close. Okay, we're down to 40... Earlier I was like, we're 40% done, now we're 40% undone, which is closer than the thing I said before. The bad news is I have not found what this one or that one even were. I'm not sure what the puzzle is. I guess I'll look at the shapes one, because I haven't even looked here yet. Maybe it's obvious. Maybe it'll pop right out of me. This one is what looked like? Bottom right corner one. This one. It's tall. Oh, maybe it'll be the inside of that building. The one over here. Isn't this one long? Suspiciously long building. 3 across, 6 down. 1, 2, 3, 4. What if I can break that down logically? I gotta remember these mines, because earlier that mine was the solution. Part of the path that... Oop. I don't think I need to put this one into the... Okay. I do kind of. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're not in... We're either the wrong color dots, but probably fine. That is very straightforward. That's probably it. It's just straight up an obvious grid shaped like the thingy. Okay. I am semi-confident that we are down to our last 3. I thought it was going to be the interior of that building, but I was not far off, because it was the exterior of the building what held the secret. Okay, let's do the surrounding area. Please, 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 please. Okay. what universe is that not the answer? Like, how? It's like shaped exactly like the... okay, let's look at it again, because maybe there's a different clue about how to interpret the panels. Because that's it. That's shaped exactly like the thingy. Did I type it in wrong? I don't think I did. I made it look like that, right? 4 and 2. We're done with you. 4, 2. Okay. Oh, none of them are reflecting light differently. In fact, they're all facing the same direction perfectly. There isn't like a... there's nothing on them. Like the lines of this zone that indicate grouping, that things have to match. I can't accept that anything else would be the answer. Oh. Unsolved puzzles. Oh shit. Okay. Put a put a thing in that. Okay, I can do these now, can't I? It's been a bit. Okay, so the issue is that these all had to match, right? So this has to be this tall, which creates a problem here. Oh god, I remember being stuck on here now. Yep, I'm coming back to this one. How do you find the ones you're missing, besides just scrape every inch of the world, I guess? So the conclusion I'm trying to fight coming to the same conclusion as last time, but I feel like I'm going to still. So these 4 diamonds have to be in pairs somehow, and this one is grouped, so they have to be. This has to be one above on each one, and this can't be. This can't be lit up because it would touch, and these aren't rotatable, so I can't make them symmetrical to fix that. But then this one's forced to not be lit up, which means this one has to be lit up to make them not touch, which means this has to go that way, which that, and this quickly becomes a problem. So I'd be tempted to make them like this to grab up this piece, because how are you going to make them match up in pairs? But then then there's the question of how do you separate pieces between the 2 columns. Then I think about making them squares, and it's like, okay, sure. It's easy to make them all match as squares, but then it's impossible to make that solve the diamonds. Such is my problem. And like if I split this, then these become one shape together and they're broken. Oh man, I'm still stuck on this one, huh? Alright, secret puzzles. You made me stumble upon other secret puzzle I never solved. Let's make this a whole thing now. So we can't just make it a clean split, because yeah, this solution exclusively focuses on the squares and not the diamonds. They have to be in pairs, and there's no way we're wrapping around, because they have to be part of the shape. So I think we can reasonably assume that this is 100% necessary. Like, I have to make this work, even though it doesn't feel like it makes any sense. We have to keep these separate from each other. And we have to keep these separate from each other. That just creates its own mess. These can't touch. Can I just wrap them up like this, though? If these don't touch here. I guess like they'd come up being like shaped like, yeah. Yep, that would do that. Okay. Okay, so this immediately has to be like that, and I guess that means this has to be like that. We're just gonna make another confusing shape again. What's this one gonna be? So, I would normally try to group these into pairs in the middle, and then group these on the outside separately, because that's just distance-based, right? But that's not how this is gonna work, because they're in these symmetrical, not symmetrical, these matching shapes are in the middle of them, so we have to incorporate the local shapes in a way that makes sense. And we can't just expand outward evenly, because these have to be in pairs. So can I grab these up? Just sort of make this shape in here. Like that's an approach. How do I make any of the purples work? I guess this would be the shape of that, right? And then combine these ones into a shape, and that should work. Hello. What does the next pair even do if this is already open? Oh, just activate the big puzzle, I guess. So we're gonna have two rotatable shapes that break these into pairs. I mean, these technically don't have to break them into pairs. I can just ignore that up front. That did not break those ones into pairs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7, okay. I can do that for starters, then those are paired. These are paired, these are paired. Nope. Ah. Right. I just made it uneven again by doing that. I see how they're gonna be a dick about this. Okay. You need to grab it with an orange. You need to remove, okay, so I guess like this. Then like this. Because this and this are both the same number of spaces away. So if you go for this one and then that one to make them match, or that one, you're always going to have two symbols removed from the pattern. And I already did it with the middle one, so you saw that. But you need to remove one symbol from the pattern with only one of these shapes in order to then have an even number of diamonds. Which, I think I can just cut these up. Yeah. That was the one trick, basically. There wasn't much more to it. 3 again, so one of these has to get nabbed up, and it's not these ones because they're both the same distance away. Rude. Huh. This is also the same distance away. But these are rotatable. But this shape from here would look like that, which fucks up our white pieces. this shape from here would look like that, which ruins everything. I could do an S shape. That would dodge this, and then from there, that would have to look like this. There we go. I'm like, some kind of Tetris piece is bound to work here. Because our only goal was just to hit this without hitting anything else, because everything else together is fine. Hello, strange puzzle, just hanging out over here. So what's a matter you? So that's one potential issue. Okay, yeah, I see the issue. So if I reach up to get this, which seems necessary to make the orange happy, I need to make the same L here. But then that leads to a question of how do I make this a shape? Like this has to not touch this one, but also can't be positive or here, which means it has to be negative, but then that can't touch this, so it has to be that's L potentially, but then this is in the way, so you shrink it a bit. But even then, when it's like, oh, okay, it's an L, you can do this though. No, still no. You can't surround it. Actually, yes, I can make it like that. What are you not happy with? Oh, additional problem, because this is touching this, I then need to be able to separate this space, and I can't. I can't draw the boundaries around this in order to make this happy. That seems to suggest I then need to make it like this. But now you're incorporating this in, so now this has to... You cannot go to the right of the white piece to go here. So while this would be easier to separate, no it's not. Nope, that's not working. So how am I gonna parse this mess? I was dealing with these L's before. That's the closest I kinda got. It's just the only way to... Because this has to go around here to stop this from connecting. Which is its own mess. And then I guess this is the only place you can have a corner to stop them from connecting. Well, that works. Because then that extends this one. And then you're gonna make these the two little L's. So, success? Okay. We done did this. Blah. Okay. Let's do it. This might... For all I know, this is like the last normal puzzle in the game. And it is mostly diamonds. There's only a couple of the little rotatable bits. So it's going to be a giant symmetry puzzle. So that's already has to be the case. Because if I do this, then we're only going in a straight line, and that seems incredibly unlikely. So I'm pretty sure these are going to be flipped 180 degrees from each other. But where do I want to actually go from here? So let's try to pair these two. Just because they're right here. Should require grouping those ones up. How does that look on this side? Already getting scary. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2. Okay. Innocuous step I took on one side is getting scarier on the other side. But this side does also have this pair. This can work. It suggests that in order to make the two shapes symmetrical, I have to make them reach the purples. Like, it suggests that this one has to reach these purples and that one has to reach these purples. I say that because it seems unlikely they would be connecting to the one right next to them. Like, we have to fill most of this. Well, that's misguided, though. Because we don't necessarily need the symmetrical shapes. Just I'm thinking too much in witness puzzle terms. I'm used to having a big line. But we can still carve the map into a bunch of different little pieces that solve little problems all over the place. And as long as both symmetrical sides of the map can be solved that way without involving the big line, then we can still get a lot done. The question is whether or not they're going to connect. Okay, let's just start with obvious shit. Those need to be paired. And these should be separated. They're just right next to each other. Those should be paired. That part seems straightforward. Oh, this looks like chaos. Oof. If those are paired, then that means that the top left's purple and the bottom purple have to be paired, which is going to be a bit of a thing. They give me a few options for getting through here because I can't just carve through. So either this or this is how it happens, because we have to limit how many oranges we touch because we already have one inside, which is its own issue. And if that's touching this, that means that the opposite has to be true. So that's the thing to consider. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here. Here. It can't just go straight up. It can go down, then over 4. So that's the way we're going. And that has to go down 2. So this has to go up 2. And at that point, this can't connect directly. So this would have to go around. So that's how you make those two shapes symmetrical-ish. To make them match, I need to make this one go this way. But that cuts this one off and makes it alone, which is its own problem. But these two are paired, so I don't want to separate those either. I could join this if I move this up here. Now this has to change. So over 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Over 1, 2, 3. Over 1, 2, 3. I think these are currently symmetrical shapes. How much of the board is happy? A chunk. Some. It's okay. So this has to be separated somehow from these. And then these also have to be paired off. And these have to be separated somehow. But that can be you. That takes care of all of that, actually. So the 2 purples and 2 oranges up here are fine. A whole lot less is flashing. These paired together would mean going this way, which would mean going this way. So this and this are paired, but this one's messier. I can't go here because I can't go there. So... I definitely can't go any further. But I can go here, which matches up with this spot here. But doesn't have to match because they don't have to be symmetrical because they're not currently connected. But then this has to connect to another piece, so there we go. There we go. That's paired and that's paired. And I can't tell what's wrong. Those are oh, right. They made me grab white pieces at the beginning, so the whole thing has to be symmetrical. So I just need to make a connection in the middle. There we go. Ooh. That's all done now. Going rapid fire with the diamonds too. I feel like that solved pretty quickly. I have no idea how many missing puzzles there are. I guess I sort of know. 441. So I was saying before that 445 might be the total. So there's 4 remaining puzzles. Were there 4 remaining puzzles in this? These guys? Maybe. I think we might be at 4 remaining. So I might have just taken care of all of the unknowns. What I don't get is what to do here. I'm gonna take a break. I've been at this for a while.